It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Yo, man. Boom, it's Rusty. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Public Access Podcast, the podcast here on the Quantum Global Broadcasting Network, QGBN, with other great shows such as When the Gloves Come Off, the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast. This is It with Lizzie and Saved by the Ben, and the show is brought to you by Stoner Eats Productions, Fred Ben Savage as Fuck, Hardcore Entertainment, Hypnosis is Great, and Sock'emUp.org. And today we're going to have a short episode. So before though, I want you guys to know a little something that we are doing call-ins. So if you guys want to call in, it's 503-974-6420, and you get this.
Messages? We don't need no stinking messages.
You guys should just have that anyway. So you guys, right here, right now, I'm going to bring on Eric Brown. Eric Brown, how you doing? Hey.
Hey, what's going on, Rusty?
Oh, not a lot, man. How you doing?
I'm cool, cooling.
Cool.
Getting a little money right now.
Yeah. So let's see. So you're out and about today. So with you being a comic, are you starting work early in the morning, or like how early? How's that work? Because I know that's usually a tough thing, is finding that if you are working a job that's kind of early, is figuring out how late you can stay out. And
yes, see, luckily I have a job where I work for a small company, right? A very small business. So we don't have like a really strict attendance policy. So if I end up, waking up at 8 o'clock on the dot, it's not a huge deal. I don't got to worry about it. I pretty much stack up late and whatnot, but because there's only 2 employees, you can't really, what are you gonna do?
yeah.
So this job is actually, I was telling my dad the other day, I was like, man, I was like, as far as like everyday work goes, this is the first time in a long time I don't hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't absolutely just hate coming to work. So I was like, I'm in a really good spot. I don't really feel like I would like to keep this job until I'm doing comedy as a primary source of income.
See,
Preferably.
being able to get a job that you don't hate, I feel that's where I've been. I ended up getting one job that I didn't hate, and I had it for like about 3 months, and then I found out that I was moving, and then I was like,
Wow.
oh shit, well.
Yeah. So yeah, usually when you get a job you don't hate, it's like, all right, bro, there's other shoe finna drop real soon.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but it's going to, because I don't hate the job, so I probably won't be able to keep it for whatever reason.
But then, so the one thing about that, you don't have as much material then for your
I don't have any I don't have any like work material. Like, I hate my boss material.
Yeah, like my boss is such a dick, and but now it's just like, oh yeah, well, okay, this is all right. And
it's like, my boss is pretty cool. He's pretty chill, and he don't really bother me like that. He hadn't threatened to fire me not one time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what to do with this job. But that's a joke right there. I might have to put that in.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And so
Positivity.
have you had jobs, a good string of jobs where you've had bosses that have wanted to fire you, or you've wanted to walk away?
I had a before this job, every job before this job was more or less like mirror out. Like, I gotta find something else. Like, I got into a collision repair at one point in time, because I thought I was gonna be like a custom car guy, and then you realize there's not really a market for custom cars. But it's a market for it, but you're talking about maybe like 3 cars a year around here where I'm at, and so most of it's gonna be collision repair. It's gonna be, accidents, big hits, shit like that. And that was just, once I got in, I was like, oh fuck, I really don't want to be here with you people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like y'all don't want me here either. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where it's like I went to school for it. I was a great student. I was a model student. Everybody loved me in class, but the class was more it was more like me. You know what I mean? Like people my age, people a little bit more progressive, and then the industry is all 20-year vets in the industry, and they didn't go to class. Somebody just taught them how to do some body work one day, and then they kept doing it, and next thing you know, they had a job, and now they make $25 an hour fixing dents.
Yeah.
And it's, and it's different with that, it's a high production type job. Like they want shit turned around fast. And it's just one of them things where it's like, yeah, it was a 9-to-5 job. I could have did comedy doing it, and I probably would have had a lot more material, a lot of work-based material, but most of it would have been offensive. You know what I mean? It would have offended somebody, because a lot of it, because I did get to do a lot of people watching in social surveys of myself, and I came with my own conclusions about a lot of different types of people, black, white, all different types of people. Like it got to the point to where I would stereotype customers.
Yeah.
When they came in, and I would know exactly how to treat them and how to make the deal just by the look, just by who they were when they walked in the door.
I mean, everyone fucks up their car. It's not.
Everybody fucks their car up. Nobody's immune from that. The bears don't discriminate.
Yeah, and if you don't fuck up your car, someone else is gonna fuck up your car. So,
yep.
I mean, one way or another. And so, so where are you doing comedy? What area are you in?
I'm doing comedy in Triad area of North Carolina, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point. I get out to Charlotte and Raleigh every now and then. But as far as like miking and most of my bookings, they usually come around the area. Like this is a population of about 500,000 in the metro area.
Okay.
Between like 3 cities, or probably more than that. Probably like over 500,000 between the 3 major cities and the small suburbs around it. But I am trying to get out more, into Virginia. I got family in New York, so I would like to do hit some shows in New York, or maybe even some mics to start out. You know what I mean? Maybe do some mics in August or September, and then maybe trying to roll back around in January for maybe a little show or something. Somebody wants to put me on something after that. But I'm just trying to spread my wings, so to speak. But I'm trying to build my time locally, and so that when I do get on the road, somebody can actually book me as a feature or a micro headliner.
Yeah, and so then do you have people that are in the area, or you're seeing, I guess, people getting offended? What's it like there with people getting offended? More comics other than audience people, I assume, if anything.
The comedy club I do mics at, they do a really good job about promoting mics. So it's usually a lot of civilians in the crowd. Like you might have a 50-50 split. And that's kind of good because civilians don't know who's the comic when they walk in. So if we're laughing at stuff, they're not like, oh, this is crap. You know what I mean? And then, because sometimes if we're not laughing, they're like, why isn't anybody laughing? That was funny. It's like, oh, we heard that joke 45. I heard the joke about 5 times this week already. So
yeah,
I was saying it with them. I was hoping you would laugh because because if you don't laugh at that, then you're not gonna laugh at what I got for you. But and so so like the Idiot Box, it's the Idiot Box Comedy Club in Greensboro. It does a really the owner does a really good job of making sure that there are people in there. And sometimes it's just a regular mic. And so we're in the South. So as far as like offensive stuff, you would be offending an individual. You know what I mean? Like you would have to be offending that individual in the crowd. And then even then, they may not even react because if everybody else is laughing and you made a joke, and I made a joke about straight white men, and and all the other straight white men are laughing, you can't really be a puss and and give me what's worth after that. Like, that joke about straight white men was very offensive, and and I'm like, come on, bro, it was a joke. You know what I mean? And not only was it a joke, it was observational. It's something I've seen. You've seen it too. That's why you're offended. So, but we don't really get a lot of like. Now, I wouldn't do gay jokes in a room full of gay people, and if I did, I would make sure that it was funny.
Right, and observational.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, something that they can be like, yeah, we do that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Me personally, I don't offend people, but I have seen people say offensive things, and we just don't laugh. It's just like, oh, okay, you don't laugh. Just don't feed the beast. If you laugh, it just, they're gonna think they're doing right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then are you getting yeah, that's cool. That's fucking cool that you got a mic that's not just mostly
all
comics
all the
or
time.
all comics all the time, where like you were saying, where you hear the same people tell the same jokes all the time. You're like, oh, here it comes. I hope they fucking change something to the joke, or else, like you said, you're saying it word for word along with them, just waiting for it.
Right.
Like, oh,
do the pause and everything.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's harder too when you start then you got people doing fake laughs. You got comedians doing fake laughs, trying to build it up. Like, it's like, shit, man, because then it makes it harder, I think, to like, I don't know, kind of throws people off, not knowing, like, can't really
if it's not in the right spot, it does throw people off. You know what I mean? Like, and then sometimes, like, I laugh out of uncomfortability. Like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody says a joke and I thought it was funny, but nobody's laughing, and now I'm uncomfortable because that was funny, and I laugh and I'll let it out, and I'm like, oh, okay, now everybody thinks, you know what I'm saying, I'm a creep, but that was funny. I don't know why I didn't laugh. And I tell people, look, I laughed because it was funny, not because, okay, I laughed because it was funny and because it was really quiet. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't laugh because it was quiet. I didn't laugh to in the silence. I laughed because it was so quiet. I'll admit it to you. But that was a funny joke. I guess you just gotta, don't do it on that crowd again. You know, don't try, you know what I mean? Don't lambaste white men and you have 18 white men sitting in front of you. Like, that's probably not the way to go, you know, in a competition. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. It's a dice roll, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna roll a dice, be prepared to crap out.
So where are you with competitions? I know you're entered in one right now, and you're in the semifinals, I believe.
Correct.
What I mean, so is it at that same comedy club, or is it different? What kind of place is
it's at the same comedy club. It's probably like, it's a competition. It takes about the summer to complete. As far as competitions go, I do them because, you know, I need stage time, and I need opportunity. So I do any competition that's at a club or at a you know what I'm saying, is at a reputable type situation. I don't really like one night competitions. You know what I mean? I don't really care for come pay $25 to win $125 and make sure you bring 30 people so you can win type situations.
Right. That's what I was going to get at.
Yeah, like, I don't do those. I actually went on Facebook on a rant, and I said, look, if your competition ain't in a comedy club, don't even ask me to do the shit. Like, for real. Like, I don't want to, no disrespect to you, no disrespect to anybody who's doing them, but I don't really feel like driving an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to whatever, you know what I'm saying, to go to a bar or a brewery or something like that, or a yard, and pay you money for you to charge other people money to see me perform, to pay somebody else the money I paid you, the money and they paid you to go up.
So you're not getting paid, you're paying money to fucking someone to get stage time.
Yeah.
To be basically in this competition.
Right. And I could just pay $5 to go to anybody's open mic and not have to worry about, and not have the anxiety of losing on me. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing that I don't know if a lot of non-comic producers understand, because you get a lot of non-comic producers who do this, who use that format. Because, well, for one, it's fun for the crowd, I guess, a little bit more fun for the crowd. And I guess it motivates newer comics to bring people out. Because, I don't know, I've been doing it for about 4 years now, and I know now that to get your friends and family to come out on a regular basis, week in and week out, it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? If you've been doing it long enough, you can't do it.
Yeah. And I mean, for comedy, it seems that, I mean, like, hey, yeah, come watch me tell jokes. And then, there's a bunch of, people like, but if it's a band or something, people in a band or some sort of fucking music show is a lot easier to get people to go to a music show, right, as far as a bringer kind of show.
Right. And me personally, I feel like I would enjoy semi-professional comedy a lot more than semi-professional any type of music. It's
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm probably saying it just because we in it, but we're better. We're better at the amateur semi-professional stage. By and large, people that get stage time are better than your average rock band or your average rapper that's down that doesn't have any clout or, you know, emotion in his career. You know what I mean? Your average everyday open mic comedian who's got 20 minutes has probably got 10 killer minutes that any comedy fan would enjoy.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, if you're getting booked on a show, it's probably, you know, worth the time for someone to show up and watch it. And
yeah,
and yeah, I mean, yeah, it's so weird though with the, because I assume that most of those shows, like we were talking about before, the ones where you got to, you know, pay, and then whoever brings the most people, you know, is the winner.
right.
Basically, yeah, whoever, you know, I feel that's how it is with a lot of contests that are that way. Is just, or if it's, you know, something online, you know,
Right.
some sort of contest, it's whoever has the most followers. The person with 6 million followers somehow is the person who wins this grand prize and
Exactly.
is able to,
that
you know, yeah.
that person just shared it one time, and then a million and a half people saw it, and then 500,000 people click vote.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I got 1,000 followers. I can't do nothing with that.
Right. And so then when you're in a comedy competition, you're there because you're not playing that game. You're fucking there because you're good and you're, you know, so is it by like crowd?
It'll be
Or-
it's crowd vote until the finals, and in the finals it's judges. And you don't know who the judges are. You don't know where they're at in the club. You just know it's judges, and then there's a crowd vote. So if the judges, let's say the judges are locked at 1 and 2, like, okay, we got 2 judges for, you know what I'm saying, for this guy 1, and we got 2 judges for this guy 1. Go to the crowd vote.
Okay. Yeah.
And then everybody has to number their favorite comedians 1 through 9. So essentially, even if you didn't bring anybody, if you're enough people's number 3, if you got, you know, if there's 30 people in the room and 20 of them made you number 3, you're probably going through. Whereas if I brought 10 people and they made me number 1, but nobody else had me number 1, everybody else is 8 or 9, I'm really number 4. And 3 is really probably number 1.
Right. And yeah, I mean, it's an interesting way to do that. And I think I remember in Portland, like the judges were the people, it was usually whoever won last year, the funniest person, and then like one other comic that was
they do use like past winners to as judges sometimes, because that's fair. If they're not in the competition no more, why not them?
Right. And I mean, yeah, I mean, and they probably have a pretty good grasp of who it is. And for the most part, whoever I've seen had won has been, you know, pretty well deserved for what it was. It doesn't seem like it was favoritism.
Yeah, see, I've never done I've done the competition a couple of, this is my 3rd year doing it.
Yeah.
And the first year I got out in the semifinals. Not the semifinals, I got in the 2nd round. And then the last year I got out in the semifinals. And no, I got in the finals last year. I made it to the finals, but every year I've been at the finals, the person who won deserved to win. Like there wasn't anything where I was like, oh, this is a sham. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, this motherfucker is killing.
Yeah.
There's really nothing I can do about it.
And
so
yeah.
It might get wonky in the first couple rounds because you know, the newer comedians will bring a bunch of people, and then they'll force vote through. But then once you get to the later rounds, it's, for one, if I came to the first 2 rounds, if I'm your brother and I came to the first 2 rounds, I'm like, shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? How much material you got? Because I don't really know if I can come to the 3rd and the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a life too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
and
even if you're funny, it's difficult for people to to find a motivation to them. Everybody got lives. People have other things to do. Like my wife ain't making it to this round.
yeah, and I mean, usually it's at night on a weeknight, and I mean that's tough for a lot of people to, be able to show up
Friday
to.
night. And I think she does a good job about putting you on not great dates all the time. Like you can't always get Saturday at 9:30. You know what I mean? You're not gonna. Sometimes you're gonna be on a Thursday at 7:30 show, which is basically ridiculous. It's hard to sell that ticket.
Yeah,
Sometimes you're gonna be on a Friday at 7:30 show. Yet again, another hard ticket to sell because that's right after work on Friday. People get tired. Yada yada yada. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where she does a good job about making it to where you can't stack the deck and go through 4 rounds because you just brought 10 people both all times. And then if let's say you had a terrible set, but people voted you to go ahead, she's not gonna let you go. This is why, all right, that was a terrible set. You know what I mean? Ethically, I can't allow you to you set up you didn't do your time. You know what I mean? You got out a minute and a half early. You didn't get one laugh off, and you number one. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So, and then in other competitions where that person would complain and be like, "Well, I brought all these people," and they'd be like, "You know what? You did. You won." And everybody else would be like, "Oh, this is bullshit."
yeah, I've seen that too, and I ended up one time. It was a karaoke thing. I was doing karaoke one night, and they're like, the dude's like, "Oh, hey man, you got to come back for this competition." And then, so I come back, and it's like, "Oh, okay, well, hey, you made it to the next round, and bring some friends." And it's like, "Ah, fuck." And then you get to a part, you're like, "Okay, well, I'm watching these people that are performing that are pretty good," and it's like,
Oh yeah.
it just like after 5 minutes, I'm like, fuck, I have to sit here through all this bullshit. And like, I just was like, I'm done with this. I don't fucking care. And then, I mean, yeah, just with, and I used to run a comedy show where I would do a, competition kind of a thing, but it was just like for a night thing. And it wasn't, what didn't really mean much. It was kind of like, the I don't know, the Mike champion or whatever, monthly thing. And if you won, you come back. But, it wasn't totally fair. Like I did have someone on that probably got the best reaction of the night, but I didn't want this comedian to come back because it was just a pain in the ass to work with. So I was like, well, and then got all upset that they didn't win. And I'm like, so I started telling people, I'm like, this is like fake. This isn't like a real competition. So I mean, it wasn't really, yeah. And it's like, well, it's a show. It's a show. I'm trying to get people to fucking come, and that's what it's about. But I'm not, gonna try to make money off and charge people to come be on the show. Like it's pretty fucked up. And
that's standard practice, honestly.
Yeah, it seems it, and it's fucked. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. I'd rather fucking give someone a drink ticket than fucking have to have someone pay me money to fucking bring them on. But yeah, it's or give them the share of the alcohol sales or whatever it is for the night, and just kind of whatever. But so where can people find you then? Where can everyone find you to check you out and see your work?
You can find me on Facebook mostly. I'm around that age where Facebook is my number one social media platform. Helps me get in touch with all the aunties and uncles and grandmas and granddads and shit. You know what I'm saying? Moms and dads. I don't know if I'm cool enough for Instagram. I don't, the pictures, they don't scare me, but it's like, damn, bro, like it's just pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? So, and I have a comedy page. It's 2TF is Eric Brown on Facebook. And you could also just follow me on Facebook. I'm Eric Brown. It'll be me holding the microphone And I be on there talking shit and making profound statements and, you know, giving inspirational speeches sometimes to myself mostly. But, you know, it could apply to your life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking most of the time when I'm giving somebody a pep talk, I'm giving me a pep talk. And it'll probably apply to you too. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm better than you. I'm trying to damn get out the bed just like everybody else.
Cool. Well, fuck yeah, man. Dude, thanks for coming on. And yeah, I'm happy we got to talk. And yeah, since you were on the Comics on Life, I was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I got everyone on, because I liked everyone that was on that. And so yeah, I'm getting everyone.
Yeah. Dope for man, get well soon, Stefan.
Yeah, absolutely. I just sent him a message. I saw that on the Comics for Life page. So yeah, hopefully he's doing better. And yeah, that was some scary shit. So yeah, I'm glad glad he's, you know, okay-ish. So okay enough.
Right.
So
yeah. I'll, you know, hope we get home soon, and hope we, you know, start that Comics to Life back up. You got me booked on that, and I'll the longer show, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Man. Thanks for having me, man. If you ever in Greensboro, man, don't or in the area for any reason, you know what I'm saying, hit me up. I'll let you know about what's going on, or you know, if I got something myself I'm producing, you know what I'm saying, I see if I can give you some, you know what I'm saying, time myself. I don't do a whole lot, but I am attempting to get me a couple rooms, a couple of regular rooms for like mics and shit. Where I wouldn't, where they be bar mics, I wouldn't be charging people to come up and do comedy. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see how it goes. I'm a pretty decent host. You know, being modest or whatever. So.
Yeah, and if you're up here in Connecticut or New York or even Boston, I don't know, let me know.
Do you know do you know a comedian by the name of Misconduct?
Nope. I'm new to the scene out here, so
okay. All right.
Misconduct.
Right. Yeah, Misconduct. She I want to say her name is that's my cousin's baby mama. So she's doing pretty I'm a Facebook friend. She stay pretty booked up. You know what I'm saying? She I want that's somebody you might want to Google her name or whatever, or Facebook search her name, Misconduct. Just send that friend request. Just see if y'all can't maybe get on the same page. I might be able to help each other out.
Cool. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. All right. Well, hey, yeah, have a good rest of your day, man. We'll see. All right. All right. As Eric Brown, man. Yeah, like I said, we met on the Comics on Life show, and yeah, Stefan, who's the host. Hopefully he's feeling better. And yeah, I really enjoy the show, and I had on Stefan on the show. And I have now had Eric on the show. I have Sauce Got Jokes on the show, and I have this week later on, I think on Friday, I have, let's see, April Brucker. So I think that rounds out everyone that was on the show. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys for listening here. There's, like I said, shorter episode today, so lucky for you. But yeah, I wish we had some more time to talk with Eric. Yeah, but you guys, thank you for listening here. Like, subscribe, share, check out everything Eric's doing, man. That's some he's a good guy, funny guy. So get in on that, and I'll post in the show notes where to find him. And yeah, check out other shows on the Quantum Global Broadcasting Network, QGBN. We have When the Gloves Come Off, the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast. This is It with Lizzie and Saved by the Bed. And the show is brought to you by Stoner Eats Productions, Fred Ben Savage's Buck, Hardcore Entertainment, Hypnosis is Great, and SockEmUp.org. And that is the show. You guys call in, leave a message, 503-974-6420. That is the show, man. Boom. Oh shit. Well, now I done fucked up.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Ernest! Ernest! Ernest!
Yes, Pee-wee.
You brought the snacks, right?